Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to On the Road. On the road from the car. Another what I'm thinking segment from DWTT. Yeah, so it is the morning of. Well, it's the morning of over here in the U.S. Or morning of the Emirates home match against City. Um, top top of the league is on the table. Whoever wins it stays top. It will be top of the league. Arsenal will just stay there at the top of the league, but with a bigger gap. City will tie, but on goal difference will sit at the top. So, what do we think about that? Well, the last two matches, Arsenal has improved a little bit, but they've still been leaky in terms of goals being up, opportunities being offered up, and they cannot do that today. I don't think City will make those mistakes with those opportunities if given. So our defense is going to have to be a lot better than it has been in the past. Opportunities like that just cannot happen. So we're going to have to be defensively sound. When we are attacking, we need to be more aggressive, more definitive in our movements. I don't think we can hesitate. And when we hesitate, we just give the defense an opportunity to get to us and slow up our attack. So we're going to have to be definitive on both sides of the ball when it's in our possession and when it's not. For us, it should not be any different than any other match. Yes, it is City, but the way we've been playing all season, we really haven't been. I don't believe we've been looking at the shirt on the backs of our opponents and then trying to figure out how to play. If Arteta looks at Pep, he looks at his time at City and thinks about it, we're in trouble. Forget about it, Arteta. Yes, it's a big game, but guess what? You know why it's the big game? Because it's the next one. This one's just as important as the last two, all right? And so you do your business in the last two. This one becomes the next important match, and maybe you know think about the difference in the game if you did your business in the last two matches to the one now, right? So you've created this mess, and now you need to go and actually redeem yourself. Show us what you got in you. I know everybody says you shouldn't think. I don't know how to say this. Can't make excuses. But you put your team in a situation where they are top of the league. Why not try and just go and get it done? All right. Forget about what happened yesterday. I think what happened in the last game is we did improve. At least offensively. Defensively, I think we were still leaky. Our set pieces in the last two Premier League matches has been really poor. So I would expect that to get better. It's glaring. We go through most of the season not giving up any set piece goals, and in the last 4 or 5 games that our set piece defense has been poor. Our scoring on set pieces hasn't been good either. So one of those things we need to fix that. We need to be able to put our heads down and go. One of the things that did come up, I was listening to a podcast and City Play was talking about when we played in the FA Cup, and one thing he said was, I can't remember if it was Hugh or if it was Steve. I can't remember which one of those guys. You guys know who it is, but he said that City played their best 11 when we played in the FA Cup. Their best 11, not their first 11, their best 11. So, and what that meant basically is they had players injured, coming back from injury and whatnot. So they just played their best 11 at that particular time. And I think Arteta needs to do that. A lot of times he just plays his first 11, not the best 11, his first 11. Trossard, for me, has shown that he deserves to get a start. So Arteta needs to look at what's in front of him. Trossard looks like he deserves a spot. Find a place for him. If that's Martinelli, so be it. If that's Nketiah, so be it. If that's Xhaka, so be it. I mean, I think he could put Trossard in any one of those positions, and I don't think it would be it should be looked at as a negative. And I think that's the problem. Everybody thinks that just because you sit a player, then that's going to be a negative sign. Guess what? Players need to rotate regardless of whether they're playing well. I guess if they're playing well, yes, but at some point you're going to see a little degradation. Going to see their performances degrade, and you're going to have to make changes so that they don't have to work it out on the field. Especially if they don't have to. You've got a Trossard there who's come in the last 3 matches and has shown that he can give you something. He has started in this league. He scores in the big games. Guess what? This is a big game. He's looking to perform. This is an opportunity to bring him in. It's not. I would not think it's a. It would be a shock. It shouldn't be a shock to anybody if he comes in and plays, because he's been doing this all season. So why not have him come in, if that's possible, and let him play? Because he's one of your. I think he's one of your best 11 at this point in time. Martinelli has his time. Xhaka has that time. I think a lot of players have had their time. So why not? Why not go with your best 11? I mean, we've been waiting to have a team, a squad, where you have your best 11 out there. This is one of those times. So hopefully Arteta does that. It'd be good to see. Trossard deserves it, and it'd be nice to see something different for other teams to actually have to deal with, as opposed to seeing the same thing, playing the same way. Trossard offers you something different, so why not go with that? So we'll see what Arteta does, but he needs to start learning how to manage these players, especially when the time is right. And I don't think it's a big deal to bring Trossard in. If it was another player, maybe Jorginho you could bring in as well if you had to. He's played in big games, so why not? Arteta needs to start giving these players a little bit of trust, a little bit of his confidence, so that they can perform. I think he doesn't do that enough, and then they never show it. So that's going to be it for me. Arsenal, like I said, this is our opportunity. Can't look at the shirt, the color of the shirt. Can't look at Pep. Got to play this thing out, just like they've been doing all season. One game at a time. They got to play for 90. You need to play for 90 minutes. They're going to have some, but this is a big team, so they are going to have their opportunities. When we get ours, we need to finish and put it away. Saka always seems to come up in the big games. Trossard has done that all this season. Why not 1-2 punch right there? Figure out who else you're going to have up top. Erdegaard needs to have a really good game. Of course, Partey. I mean, everybody needs to have a good day. Saliba's, they've been talking about him not playing well. Guess what? It's a big game. Stand up. Gabriel's is right next to him, so we know we're solid in the middle there. The less we have Haaland, the better off. But the more we have Haaland, better off too, depending on how that goes, right? He's been talked about a lot and hasn't delivered. Well, tonight's a night for Arsenal, the Emirates, to be loud, proud, and happy. I want to be happy. So you guys have a good day. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. All right. See you guys.